Hi everyone, thank you for joining me. This is Connie coming on today to share with you how I do the Snow Buddy bag topper. I had a request to do this, so I'm just getting this set up and brought into Cricut Design Space. I have the Snow Buddy in here. I'm going to resize him to 5.74 in height, and he should come in at, oh, now that didn't work right. He's not, let's see. Let's see if it'll. Well, goodness, it's just, normally okay. So normally it works fine. And then it'll come in at 8.066 wide. And that for the tag, I'm going to process at 4.5 inches total in height. So I'm going to, first of all, ungroup this. What I want to do is duplicate that little guy. And for right now, I'm just going to regroup this and get rid of it. I'm just going to hide it, is what I'm doing over there. I want to create an offset, and I'm going to do mine at 0.83. If I can get there, let's just do this. Okay, that's my base. This is going to be I'm going to make my base blue, and this I'm going to make white. It's easier to weld it. So I'm going to show you two ways to do this. It'll both be in Cricut Design Space, so you do not need any special punches. One is with the handle and one is without. Okay, so I brought in a rectangle, and first of all, I need to have that rectangle the same width as my piece here, which is 2.669. So I'm going to come up and change the rectangle to suit 2.669 width. I want to bring my Snow Buddy to the front. I'm going to make this a little larger so it's hopefully easier for you to see what I'm doing. Kind of figure out where on the head part that you want your Snow Buddy to go, okay? And then I want to align center horizontally. And while I have it there, I want to see that I have it at 4.431, and I said mine was at 4.5. So I'm going to click off on the side here. This black piece, I'm just going to bring it up a little bit at a time, and it's at 4.532 for the height now. So I'm good with that. I'm just going to come back and center horizontally to make sure it's all correct. And then, if it's where I want it, I'm going to come in and combine and weld. So combine's down here at the bottom right and hit weld. And I'm going to make this bigger so you can see something. Might be difficult to see, but there is a tiny bit of an indentation here. If that bothers you, then what you just want to do is undo this. Let's make this white so it's easier to see. At least for me it will be. Okay, and I don't want it welded together is what I'm trying to get it at. Okay, so I basically unwelded it. So what I want to do is bring him up a little bit, and I use my up arrow on my keyboard. And I did it twice, and now let's see if I'm going to come back, and I always come back and make sure it's centered properly. I want to combine it, weld it, and now it's got a pretty much smooth transition. There's just, I basically can't see anything. So let's see, his height is 4.492. Don't change that unless you unweld it, or your Snow Buddy is not going to fit properly, okay? I'm going to stick with this size. If you want it taller, you just need to come back and have it so it's not welded together. Make this a little bit bigger. I'll just make it a hair. And again, just align it. And then what do we got? 4.513. Okay, so We just changed the height up here. We didn't change the size of the snow bunny. Okay. So let's do the one first without the handle. So we got this. We're going to duplicate it. We're going to flip it vertically. I'm going to put the two above each other, and I'll make this so you can see what I'm doing here. I don't have them yet together. That's fine. I just want to align them center horizontally. I'm sorry, I can't talk today. Okay, I highlighted the top one. You can highlight the bottom one. Does not matter. Use the appropriate area. Oh, good Lord. Use the appropriate arrow on your keyboard to move either one up or down. But you'll be able to see when they just basically kind of come together. Now, I want to highlight both, or, click both of them. I want to combine and weld. You can put a score line in the middle. I don't. I just do that on my own. Okay. Here is the original Snow Bunny piece. Let's bring him to the front. And you have a bag topper without a handle when you put that all together. And you just score it, and that's going to be your bag topper. Now, let's keep this little guy. Let's hide this for now. And I will show you how to put a handle in it. It's just a little different. But again, I need to create that offset. That way, make that white so we can work better with it. And I'll bring in my shape, my rectangle. While I have that, I'm going to duplicate it and put it over here because I will need another one. But again, let's make this the same size as our offset, the width, 2.669. And I'll make it white so I can see what I'm doing. Make it bigger. I don't know how much bigger I'll need it, but it just helps me see what I'm doing. Okay. I'm going to make this a little bigger so you can maybe see, I don't know what I'm doing. So I got a little bit of a overhang here. So I'm just going to align. I've got both of them selected. I'm going to align center horizontally, and I don't. Now when I select them both, it's way too high. So again, I'm going to click off. So neither one is selected. I want to make this rectangle smaller. So I'm going to bring it down and just a tiny bit more than I want. Too high. We'll go with that. This will be just a tiny bit bigger. Again, center horizontally and weld. Okay. Then I've got this other rectangle piece. I'm going to use it for a handle. I'm going to ungroup or unlock the proportions up here so the lock button is off. I want mine 0.25 high. My other one was about 3/8 of an inch, and it's a little too much. I'm going to go at 1.75. This is completely your sizing option if you put one in. Okay? Arrange, bring to front so we can see. You'll have to decide about where you want it. You might want to bring this in. Whoops. Send it back. I want to get my blue out of there. Let's see. We can still use it from the front. It'll give you an idea of where you want your handle. And I also use the grid and Cricut design space to give me an idea. I'm going to put it right on the line here. And if I go about 1/4 of an inch down is good. So just a hair bit more. Let's get him off to the side. What you want to do is select these two pieces, align, and center horizontally. Okay, come over and attach, and I'll bring this smaller again. So this is going to be half of it with the handle. Now you're going to duplicate it, and again, flip it vertically, excuse me. Put them pretty close together. Let's see. Align, center horizontally. And again, I need to make mine bigger so I can see what I'm doing. And just put it so it's just, basically, let's see. Just so they're barely lined up and overlapping, okay? Line, center horizontally. Now what you want to do on both of these pieces, you want to detach it temporarily, okay? Again, detach on both. The rectangle that's showing hidden, you want to hide that for now. And you click on this rectangle, hide it. Select both of these, combine, and weld. They did not weld because I see the line in there. So I'm going to undo it, and I just need to move this up one bit. And I'm going to come back and center horizontally. Okay, combine, weld. Now they welded because there's no line in the center. Do not move this. If you do, you have to come back and get it exact place it was. Now, the rectangles that you hit over here, because they're grayed, click that one, click the other rectangle. They are there, but click on this, arrange, send it back. Now, select all of that and attach. The reason I do it this way is because if I leave my rectangles in there and I weld it together, the rectangles will go away. And if I, what was I going to say? Put the rectangles in now, I'll never get them straight and pretty much above each other for where the center fold is, okay? So that's the best way I can figure out to do it. And again, we're going to bring him to the front, and I'll make this smaller so you can see. There is your bag topper. There is my other bag topper. And there is the pieces to put the snow buddy together. Anytime you have a base piece that you're building on or can make a base piece, some of the designs have it. It's very easy to do this, and this is the way I've figured out to do it. So if you have any questions, please leave a comment and I will gladly help you further. Otherwise, I hope this helps. And I do have some other projects I'm creating from different SVG files I might have. But they're so much cheaper than, it's 3D projects. They're cheaper than dies for me. So I just try to figure out ways to do it myself. So I want to thank you all for joining me. Have an awesome day and happy Thanksgiving if you celebrate. Otherwise, take care, everybody.